The train now arriving at platform 5 into 2205 diverted East Coast Mainline service, London, King's Cross.
Hello YouTube viewers and welcome to Ballan Parkway double O gauge layout extension project part 32. As you probably can see here, if you've been following my channel, I've taken the footbridge out and joined these canopies together and replaced it with a new footbridge. This is from Bachmann Scenicraft. I believe it's the March Station footbridge. An excellent model. It was discounted quite heavily as well from TMC. I've put lights and figures in here. Took a while to do, but that's all working, as I'll show you later. Okay, so this is a twin track footbridge from Bachmann Scenicraft, and that is code 44-0061. I think this is a March footbridge as well, I'm not sure, but the cardboard one's gone and been replaced with this. Again, I've got a big discount off this from TMC. I think I paid £37. I think normally it's about 60 quid. I wouldn't pay that at all. It's getting towards that anyway. But big reduction, and it fits the station really well, so I went for it. So I put internal lights in here. I stuck them in with double-sided tape. Held them in place. There's one at the top and then one each side of the stairwells. And I chased the wires through at the end as best as I could. So obviously that's got to go through the baseboards, etc. And I just stuck them onto this post here with a bit of tape. Try and chase it through neatly as I could. So I'll tidy that up as I go along, and that'll be wired up to the baseboard circuit. What I've done here is, obviously the footbridge goes on the slope of the drop, the ramp. Just put a few bits and pieces left over from assembling these Metcalf canopies, and that just perches that out really well. So like concrete plinths which I've painted really, and it gets the correct balance on the footbridge there, so you've not got a drop, it's not tilting. That's worked out perfectly. Where the footbridge is here, the new one, was a parcels office for Red Star, and I was going to put that there. Obviously there's no room now, so that's been taken out. Didn't last long at all, about a month if that, 3 weeks, but the footbridge has superseded that, and I think it looks much better there. I think the actual building for the Red Star parcels office was too wide for the platform anyway. And also I've redone another sign there with the information board, stuck that back up there. Okay, this is a view from the top of the canopies, and that's a cracking footbridge, especially with the sign signal down there. And it's in a better position as well, I think. Okay, this is the footbridge illuminated with the lights put in here, and that's a nice light on there coming through. So took a while to wire this up. Got to hide the wires a little bit more at the side there, but as you can see, it merges in really well with the layout. And that's the other side of the footbridge to the entrance to the station there. Okay, so I've put more canopies up here on the main station, Ballan Parkway, and it's going really well. There's a slight bend on that one, but it doesn't really matter. Redone these information boards from trackside signs. Also, I can get the camera down here. There's some more signage here from trackside signs. I've fitted and glued. So you've got toilets, a buffet and waiting room. Also put some fencing at the rear of the goods in on the station. So this was a bit of fencing I had left over fits perfectly. It was green, I've painted this white now, and some railings just before going to the station there. For this is the ramp for parcels, goods in, goods out, etc. from the station. Okay, I fitted these information monitors on the canopies, these here, and I've tilted them, fixed with PVA glue, and they were from the last station platform canopies, but these are much better. It looks better than it was before. Obviously more detail I can fit in here, maybe some more seats or something. Also, I've redone the Ballan Parkway signs. These are off eBay. I shall give you the name in a minute. So they're much better. The other ones are faded. Basically I tied them off years ago and it's just started to fade. It was an inkjet. These are proper made signs now, bespoke made. So I just stuck those onto the old sign boarding. At the outside of the buffet area, I've just bespoke made a notice board for what's on the menu, put that together and stuck it outside the restaurant buffet just there. Just a bit of leftover, it seems to work. Also redone the sign of the name of the station, the British Rail sign. That's bespoke made, Ballan Parkway. So it's at the entrance of the car park. On the roadway going out of the town, we've got some signs I've put up here. I've made that with a little bit of wire, which is spray painted grey, and trackside signs. I've got a no right turn, a no entry into this narrow, very narrow street, and a give way sign at the opposite end. And we've got a no through road sign going to the old warehouses. Some are disused down here. Got to do some work on that. And a slightly bent road narrows, which is going towards the bridge here. Which going to do some work on here as this is coming off somehow. And a priority sort of not give way, priority of the traffic for this narrow road here. And put these double yellow markings on here quite recently as well. At the tattly end, we've got a giveaway sign as well down here. So nice little signs here, trackside signs with a little bit of wire, stiff wire I've put in there. And all these things, I love little details, things like that. Okay, there's a lamppost here. I've renewed this. I had this spare, so the other one had failed, completely stopped working for some reason. I don't know why, I must have caught it. So that's been wired up and illuminates just under the bridge there. Okay, over in the other end of the layout, the siding end, I've just fitted this what's called a parkway building, and had that left over. I just stuck that on the wall there, and it coincides with this building here, little low relief building. It just fills that area in. I think it works really well towards the background. Okay, I've now repaired the refueling station here and put some new lights in there because they failed, and rewired this. So I've reconstructed it. Also, it was slightly at an angle. For some reason it looked wrong, so I've added an extra plinth there and raised either side, and that's correct. So a bit of kit bashing there, but it's done. And also here, done a bit of a fuel spillage with some realistic water, and it seems to work. Just a blob down there before it's spilt. It's like a fresh spill. So I'll show you that lit up later. Okay, this is the Refueling Point canopy. As you can see, it's lit up quite well now, quite like that. Just pull back a bit, and that's a nice yellow light there. Better than before, it's more balanced than it was before, it's at a funny angle, so I've altered that. It comes out quite well in the dark, I quite like that. Okay, at the tattly end of the station, at the tattly end of the layout, which is the second station, platform 1, I've changed the building here. This is from Bachmann Scenecraft, a lovely little building. Put lights in there, which I'll show you later. So basically it's a buffet, but I'm going to convert that into a waiting room on the other side as well. So you've got a little snack bar there, a little buffet with little signs in there. And I think it's a brilliant little building. I originally bought this for the main station, but it was too wide, so it fits on here perfectly. And I like the look of the building, it looks really good. So British Rail, Travellers Fair, got the buffet sign on there, and various little signs around the windows. Put some blinds in there, and I think it suits that station really well. I like that. Okay, the Tatley Sports Complex and car park with the social club here. I've just added this light which I had left over. I'm using what I can during this lockdown, so that's just been left over, and I wire that up, little floodlight for the car park, which I've repainted. Now this had faded to a purple colour for some reason. It was a Jarvis sort of matte tarmac. I've just repainted it, little bits of earthy stains in there as well, just for effect, make it more realistic. So I'll brush some of these fibres off here, but that's been resurfaced and repainted. Right at the far end of the layout here, right at the bottom end, is this church I've had for quite a while. I've actually put lights in here, but I thought it was stained glass windows, but it's blacked out, so a bit disappointed with that, but I can get some windows if I wish. But this is the next project I want to work on. Put a graveyard in here and some trees. So I've put lights in there. It comes through slightly, but not as good as I expected. A lovely model. So gravestones, lots of trees in here, and might have some like humorous items as well. I may put one or two in there. Okay, I made this to let sign up for the abandoned factory here. That's derelict. Just printed that off the internet. Stuck it on a board I had spare there. So to let commercial use. Added a shelter now to this station as well, to replace the one on the indoor layout with a new buffet waiting room. Okay, so this is the little toilet block, just added on there to the station wooden building there, and put a light in there. It looks really good just at the end of the canopy there. Quite pleased with that, lit up. So a little toilet there basically. Just adds a bit of a dimension to that building there. Okay, this is the wooden station Gents toilet, and the code for that is 44-138, and that's from Bachmann Scenecraft. Nice little building. Okay, just an overview of the station here with the changes I've made with the canopies. Better than before, I'm quite happy with that. A few more bits to do. I'll say I think it's come up rather well. Took a while to do, but I've done it in lockdown, and quite chuffed with that actually. Just a bit more detailing to do. A bit like a drone footage here. That's the station. Ballan Parkway redone. And that's the side of the footbridge to the entrance to the station, which is much neater than the old station building I had there. It's coming on quite well now. Quite happy with that. The light lit up here. You can make that out with the pub. I've refitted another light here as well on the roadway going out of the town. Had that spare, the other one failed for some reason, but going into a white light there. These were yellow, and disappears into the distance there. That's your vanishing point. You can see in the distance there the cement works.